Think
Gee.
of it.
Yeah.
And Shiva standing on a baby. Now, if governments don't know this, why do they keep doing it? Now, we're trying to be shown, I'm trying to show the people that governments know what they're doing.
They're intentionally serving Satan.
Yeah, so this is Robin Bullock, and he's on this show, The Elijah List. And boy, are they having a conversation or what? I don't know. It sounds completely crazy. He's talking about basically Satan and Satanism effectively being the same thing that conspiracy theorists think aliens are, as far as government cover up goes. So let's get into this. I am Brentley, and this is the Punk Apostate. Let's go. So I found this one really quickly. It's at the very top of my little feed thing. And wow, it it just jumped right out at me. It was literally the top one. And I played a couple of seconds of it and I was like, that's it. I played exactly what I played was what, was at the beginning. So yeah, we're both kind of coming into this fresh. Okay. Or all of us are coming into this fresh. All right. So let's see how dumb this rabbit hole gets.
Because, Steve, they know beyond their lives is spiritual power.
Yeah.
They only expect you to believe you came from a monkey.
Yeah.
That's all.
And that's an interesting point. Until today, I'd never heard that you're saying these world leaders have always believed in this supernatural, demonic, satanic Satanism power
or God.
Or God.
Wouldn't they have to believe in both, man? Aren't they both characters in the exact same theology? What are you talking about? That's so weird. Jeez Louise. Okay.
They pick or choose one or the other, nothing in between. And so they don't want us to know that. No. That's their thing. They get to worship the evil deity or the evil, whatever you call that.
That's right.
And we're supposed to believe other things.
Because it's not a deity, man. That's the thing. It's the villain in a one deity's like lore or whatever, like canon or whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's not, there isn't like a Satanism religion. There isn't that, man. This is so weird.
But they don't want us.
You think about it. They don't. They know you didn't come from a monkey.
Yeah.
They know you didn't cross.
Dude, have you seen your fucking face, bro? Holy shit. What are you talking about? Of course we came. All right. I mean, not came from monkeys. We had a common ancestor with monkeys, right? We are effectively apes. That's what we are. And you've, solidified that fact, more than I think you want to.
Crawl as a blob out of the ocean and grow a tail on the shore, climb up a tree, lose the tail, and become a monkey. And then fall out of the tree and turn into a man. They know good well you didn't do that.
That's good.
That has nothing. Now, wow. Okay.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm not like an expert on evolution, but that's not it. That's not how that happens.
And if it did happen, you could go to the zoo and watch it happen now. There would be some signs of it right now.
Yeah.
But it's not true.
Evolution is the signs of all the evidence that we've collected. Oh my goodness. Jeez Louise. This is not difficult to find either, man. It's not like they're hiding the evidence. It takes like a 2-second Google search to find this stuff.
And they know it's not true.
Yeah.
Then what about this? After the gate of hell was open, why did a photo surfaced on, and I remember Israel 365, that the organization, they showed the photo and it said photo surfaces of WHO chief meeting Chinese officials with Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, sitting on their table.
I saw that picture before.
Why would they do that? I think that was in 16 or 17. I don't remember now. But after the gate of hell was open.
So wait, so now Hindu gods are Satan? Like, I don't understand. Like, which is it, man? Is it the Hindu? Like, they're pushing Hinduism, or are they pushing Satanism? Because those are not the same thing.
Why would that happen? Well, they know.
I mean, because that'd be pretty badass if you ask me. Okay, if all the gods of having on your table or whatever a likeness on your table, the Shiva god of destruction, badass. I would have that. That would be mine. That's exactly what I would put on my desk.
There are, you say, does every politician know? No, they don't. Some politicians are just greedy and just get involved in.
They probably think you got to work your way up in the Illuminati. You got to be like a 30 degree Mason Illuminati-ist. Yeah, let's go with it.
Where they can
You see
thrive.
world rulers in high places. They know. Yeah.
Okay, we wrestle against flesh and blood, not against flesh and blood, but against what? Principalities, power, rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places. We wrestle those things. Now, governments.
What was that sentence? What are you supposed to take away from that? And be like, oh, now I get it. Yeah, so it's all magical. We don't fight. It's just about magical monsters that are invisible, but they're powerful and they're in high places. I guess that's like I guess that works for them. I don't know.
No. And wicked governments know they're out beyond you. Our founding fathers knew. That's why everything's based on the Bible.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No,
they knew there's a world.
Absolutely not based on the Bible, man. There's a document that literally says it's not based on the Bible, specifically not Christian.
Beyond. So that's why they were Christians. That's why even Harvard was seminaries. That's what it started out being. And all of this stuff, John Adams, they had fasting and prayer meetings in Congress.
Wow.
They did all of that. That's why Moses is still in the halls of Congress. That's why the 10 Commandments hang there.
Moses is in the halls of Congress. Yeah, you can just go to Moses's office. This is where he worked. And in Virginia. One of the earlier it's colony.
And the Declaration of Independence was actually made up of sermons preached 150 years before it was written.
Really?
What?
It's because we know beyond us there is
that would be illegal, right? The sermons aren't supposed to be like directing government and all that type of stuff. So it doesn't. You're not really supposed to do that if that is true, but I don't think it is true.
Spirit. Our nation knew its God. That's how it was founded. But other nations, just like David, when he went out against the Philistines, they brought all their gods with them. Nimrod knew it. The Philistine camps knew it. They knew there was a world. That's why they took the Ark of the Covenant and put it into Dagon's temple.
I mean, you have places like France, and I've been there, and you hear people talking about that nation. It was a secular nation. It's a secular nation. They're into humanism, and
come on, you can say humanism. Don't act like you can't say humanism. Jeez,
supposedly they are not into supernatural, but basically what you're saying is no, at the highest level, they're not into humanism at all. They're into the deity, the evil deities. If there's not that the deity is the right word.
So you
deity's not the right word because Satan isn't a deity, man.
Something big right there when you said at the highest levels.
Yeah.
See, because people are told what they need to know on a need to know basis.
Yeah.
And so it's just like Karl Marx. Richard Wurmbrand in his writings, you remember him. I think he ended up, it was from him, the Voice of the Martyrs were written and developed and so forth. But he was a communist prisoner. And communism says we don't believe in God. We don't believe in religion. We don't believe in anything.
Communism does not say that, man. That's not what communism says. It's so weird when they get this backwards, like acting like communism has anything to do with a belief in God. Like you can have a communist nation that also believes in God. I mean, I don't know how you could do if it's like a pluralistic nation. I don't know how you could like decide which religion it is or whatever. But like, there's nothing. Communism is a financial system. That's all that is. It's just a financial system, like how an economic system, economic theory. Okay, that's what communism has nothing to do with the God. Like, what the fuck?
their high magazines, they published a whole satanic communion service. Why would they do that?
What?
Why was
I
religion?
don't.
We don't believe in anything. But in one of their high magazines, they published a whole satanic communion service. Why would
What high magazines? What the hell is a high magazine?
they do that? Why was Karl Marx? You
It's
go
like it's so funny because they're like so deep. Their brain is so like deeply entrenched in the conspiracy nonsense that like he's just throwing out what he thinks are facts and evidence for his conclusions. But we're all just sitting back here going, "Fucking what, man? What are you talking about?" You know, this is only stuff that if like that you would only know about if you were into like the craziest right-wing nutbag conspiracy shit.
back and read some of his plays and some of the wordings of his plays, Steve, and they're straight up occultic. Everything
Really?
about it.
What?
Really?
Why did Karl Marx?
Oh, Karl.
Why is he buried in the cemetery in London that's reserved for warlocks and Satanists?
What?
Richard
Well-
Wurmbrand revealed that he was a Satanist,
Oh my god.
and communism is the platter. See,
Now,
that's
I don't know anything about Karl Marx. I couldn't tell you exactly what his religion is, but it's not Satanism. It's not Satanist. That's not it, man. Jesus.
serves Satanism to people.
And which was the one that was a Satanist? Which is that last one you
Karl
said?
Marx.
Karl Marx.
Karl Marx. I mean,
Marx.
if you didn't know, then
Come
it's
on.
proven to you because of where he was buried. It proves to you
Oh,
what he was
I
doing.
mean, and you know what?
Go
This, and I'm coming into this completely cold. Okay, I don't know anything about this, right? But it seems to me that if Karl Marx was like hated, you know, by the elite in the sense that he doesn't want he doesn't want the elites to like have too much power or whatever, you know, the communist belief that everybody should that rich people shouldn't exist, basically, right? If he believed in that, like, of course, like the richest people would like throw him in a graveyard, like if they, you know, ended up getting him or whatever, and like making it so he had to be buried in like the place where the witches and the bad people are buried, you know, that makes perfect sense. But I don't know. I don't know if that, I don't know anything.
I want to read that. I think it's a book. Well, it's a book by Wurmbrand, and
Wurmbrand.
it's called The Dark Prophet. You can find a
Oh.
lot of the information in there. There's no way to deny what communism is. And notice when they marched up out of the gate of hell, they were in orange. It was workers' parties and all. It was communism. Communism serves Satanism. Now,
What?
people say, well, China's communist. China's
How is it Satanist, man? How is this connected to religion at all? It's just an economic system that says that rich people shouldn't be allowed to exist. That's why you hate it. Because you're a rich person and you exist and you're free as fuck here in America. That's why you don't like it.
communist China. They don't believe in God. Then why is Xi Jinping rewriting the Bible?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kelly said buzzwords get shock value. Exactly. Yeah. They just like, you know, they're just throwing at like Satanist, communist, like they're just, you're right. They're just hitting every fucking buzzword they could come up with. You know, communism, Karl Marx, Satan, just fucking whatever, you know, it's just
If you
all
don't believe in God, why is the Bible being rewritten? Why is that a priority?
what?
He should just say, "Oh, we're atheists and we
Oh,
don't give it."
okay. So it's like the world, they keep on doing this with the World Economic Forum, and they were saying that AI would have the capability of rewriting the Bible. And they took out, see, they want to rewrite the Bible. We know it. We know it. See, these evil World Economic dudes. They're just trying to rewrite up. No, man, they never said that. They said they could, and the AI could rewrite it.
We don't give a crap about this Bible stuff. They know. Why would he do it? Why are they rewriting the Bible?
Yeah.
We're not. No one is.
If Noah Harari, the dark prophet of Klaus Schwab, if he don't believe in God, why does every time he comes on he says the God of the Hebrew Bible? We're going beyond the God of the Hebrew Bible. The God of the Hebrew Bible. We don't.
What the fuck is he talking? Oh, see, this is the World Economic Forum guy still. Okay, I didn't know what his name was, but yeah, they are really afraid of this guy, and he was saying we could go farther. God damn, they're taking it so far out of context that it's difficult to even get back. Because he was saying that if like we had like a religion, we could write some kind of actual new Bible that is actually helpful and isn't just a bunch of cryptic fucking stories where everybody can just decide what right and wrong is. We can actually have like thought out philosophy, moral philosophies put into this book, and then actually have like recipes in the book for cures and things that are that actually work. It's not like oh, just wave your hands and pretend. Like this Bible actually does heal people because it has cures and stuff built into it. That's what he was talking about. And of course they're like, Satan, touch Satan. Fucking, what do you mean curing people? No, only Jesus cures people. You're a Satanist.
I don't care if we make him mad. The God of he always talks about God. These people know at the highest levels, but they constantly serve.
And the ones that behind the scenes are literally worshiping Lucifer, Satan.
Oh yeah,
The ones that
absolutely.
are doing that.
Doesn't he sound like he's being sarcastic? He's not. He's being dead on, like serious, but like he sounds like he's being sarcastic. And they're serving Satan. Okay, is that what you're telling me, that they worship Satan? Okay, they worship Satan. That's like, it's so weird, man.
In your as you're talking about this, do they also know that there's a real God?
Oh, sure.
And
they
that
do.
they're opposing the real God by siding with Satan? Do they know that they're doing that? Or do they just?
Oh yeah, I believe
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense. Why would they do that? Why would they go, oh no, we know that the actual God exists, but we're gonna go with the villain character in the story? Like, why would they do that?
If you ask me who these people are,
Yeah.
well, I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
But at the highest levels,
Yeah.
somebody knows something. And what I'm trying to say is it's nothing new.
But it's
From the
not you.
beginning of the first governments, they worshiped false gods. They always had false gods. And the reason being is because they knew anybody with sawdust in their head would know there's something beyond you.
Yeah.
You know, a third grader can.
No, man, that's like part of our evolution is to ask why, right? And for a certain period of time, our brains developed enough to where we could ask the question why and how we got here and everything. But we had such limited access to information that we all just started making shit up, man, because that was more comforting than just I don't know and there's no way to figure it out. And it was a way for certain people to trick other people and go, hey, you guys come over to my thing and give me money, and then I'll build your community, and I'm in charge, and it was an easy manipulation ground, for that time.
Can refute evolution and make it look like stupidity.
Well, governments hire psychics all the time because psychics tap into something supernatural. They know that they're not.
Are you fucking kidding me?
They know that there's a supernatural side. They're either God or the other side, right? So when governments bring in prophets too, because they know prophets are in touch with God.
Are they going by? Are they basing this off of that fucking show Medium? With the Dubois, with the Dubois lady, and yeah, it's that's what this reminds me of, because and apparently she did, like, in real life she supposedly helped out on some cases, but a lot of the people that were working there were she didn't really do much.
That's right.
She just noticed some stuff. That's all.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Why did Hitler? There's you a perfect example of an Antichrist.
Yeah.
Why did Hitler try to capture and find the Ark of the Covenant?
Oh,
why did he do that?
Why? And that guy Indiana Jones, why did he have to fight Indiana Jones? And remember, he signed Indiana Jones's book. Yeah, why did he do that?
Why did he go after the Holy Grail? Why was he after all the religious artifacts?
Well, do you know the answer? I'm curious if there what is it?
Because Indiana Jones is a movie, man.
Because Nazism is an occult worship. Okay. Why would he take the chosen people, the Jews, and do body experiments on them? You know, I mean, the way he did and the way he
Because he didn't value their humanity at all. He saw them as less than trash. He didn't see them as human.
treated them,
Mm.
it was horrible what he did,
Yeah.
especially to twins. Why would he do that to Jewish people?
This dude like just got done with a Mengele documentary or something, and it's like, yeah, and the twin thing too, which is sick and it is freaky. If you want to like feel no faith in humanity ever again, just go watch a documentary on Dr. Mengele, man. It's like, whew.
Why was he trying to genetically create another race of people? Why, if he didn't believe in a dark world beyond himself?
Yeah.
What? How does that follow, man? That's what a weird argument. You know, why would he try to create the master race if he didn't believe that there is a dark spiritual world out there? Fucking what, man? That doesn't lead to that. Okay, I don't even know how to break that. That's just like, wow, man.
Hitler's
It's
technology.
so disjointed. I don't even have a fucking argument to be like, here's why that doesn't make sense, because it's just so disconnected.
I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah.
You know, that little old guy did not have anything else going for him if a spirit wasn't attached to him.
Yeah.
And the technology that Nazi Germany had, Steve, was so far out that this is where people ought to realize where UFOs come from. Most UFOs are not even, most
Are
UFOs.
we moving on to Captain America now? Is that where we're at here? Are we like, and they got technology that's, is this group Hydra? Yeah, Hydra, actually. They had like these sci-fi weapons,
You see are not even spirit beings. What they are is technology gotten from spirit beings in occultic worship.
What?
They tap that other side and they gain the knowledge of how to do these things.
So you're saying most of the UFOs would be people that are maybe they're really in vehicles, but they're in some advanced technology, and so
it's powered by demons. Okay, it's a demon-powered car or vehicle.
Sure. I mean,
okay.
Hitler was developing. Okay, if you know there's a world outside yourself,
Yeah.
and you know this and you know that, then if you could tap into it and become more advanced than anybody else around you from the technology, they could tell you how to build. Because when I saw a big UFO one time, they went on and on. I think it flew over Houston.
Hey, it's Boston Lenny. What's up, man? Hey.
And they zoomed in on that thing. Well, what made me realize real quick what it probably was is it had rivets on it.
Oh, really?
It had rivets.
For her pleasure,
Now, what kind of UFO has American steel in it?
Well, yeah, that's an invention by, yeah.
So,
rivets.
but it's so
good.
far advanced in technology, a human couldn't have known it. And that's what
How
I'm
do you
saying.
know
A lot
that?
of the sites.
That's what a weird thing. Dude, this interview is going so far off the fucking. I had no idea. I thought it was going to be kind of dumb. This is just, it's gone from kind of dumb to completely insane like 7 times in 7 different directions. It's gone to completely insane.
That people, we're building this. A lot of them may have occultic rituals going on in it, contacting the spirit world, learning how to build this kind of thing.
Oh, you gotta be.
Okay,
let's recap, I guess. So the demons, that Hitler knew existed, he hung out with them, and they taught him how to make technologies that nobody would have ever figured out had you not known that the spirit world existed and that demons are everywhere and that that they exist and all that type of stuff. So that was why he had technology that was like so far advanced from everybody else. Okay, yeah, I think we're caught up. Yeah, that's completely ridiculous. That is like that even the writers of Captain America would be like, hold on, man, I don't know. Can we calm down on the demon? Let's make them have advanced technology, sure, but the demon thing, really? I don't know about that part.
Interesting.
Let's just call it Hydra or something. I don't know.
And principalities and powers of the air. Remember, a spirit can't operate in this world without a man. It just can't. It just can't do it. So it has to be teamed up with a man. Even God says we are co-laborers with him. And so you see things. The ancient Egyptians. Okay, the ancient Egyptians. Now that's a government. That's a government that could do things.
Demons with rivet guns on spaceships. Make it happen. What? Fuck. What?
That was amazing. All right. On their hieroglyphs and different images, they have something called the boat.
But that's a very good question, Ember. Ember said, why do ghosts have physical world technology? Why would they know about any of this stuff? What? It's so fucking weird. This is a tunnel I've not been down yet, as far as like the fundamentalist, extremist rabbit holes that I continually go down. This is a new one for me, which was crazy. I usually don't run into new ones.
Of 1,000,000 years. And what it was is in the middle of it, it kind of looks like the Ark of the Covenant in a way.
Oh, really?
And it's setting, it don't look like the Ark, but it's kind of made like that.
Yeah.
And it's setting up in this middle of this boat looking thing. And there's the jackal head, Anubis, standing up in it, half man, half jackal. That's what they floated on a barge in 2010 down the Hudson in front of the Statue of Liberty, was a giant Anubis.
Really?
A giant jackal during Obama's presidency.
Oh my God.
Why would you do that? And so in the
I don't think they did, man. I think you just decided it was that. It was like some kind of imagery that you were like, that's just like this thing over here. Pattern recognition, pattern recognition, pattern recognition.
Ancient Egyptian days, you can look at it, and on the end of the boat, on each end is little tornadoes. And it was called the boat of 1,000,000 years. What it actually was a Stargate. They were building a way to bend light and open wormholes. And that's what those tornadoes were. And they claimed they could bring the spirit of Osiris from the underworld in through a wormhole into this dimension.
I highly doubt anybody claimed that. That does not sound like something they would. We're trying to bring Osiris back. Yeah, that's what we're doing. That's the technology we got going on over here.
And so, even
if they were technologies that were shared with those that were worshiping, let me ask you a question. Especially people would have heard this more as it relates to Hollywood and A-listers and Illuminati and satanic worship and Luciferian worship and human sacrifices. That is openly what are the words? That's open worship, adoration of Satan, the being, Satan. And they know what they're doing.
Somebody knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
I really do. I'm actually going to take a break here, and then I'll be back in a little bit with part 2 of this, and possibly we'll finish it out for the day. I just got interrupted with something, so I will be back in just a few minutes. But if you want to share the show around, that'd be great. If you want to support the show, go to adamandeve.com and support our sponsor, adamandeve.com, and enter code word Brentley at checkout. And you can get 50% off almost any one item. You can also join our Patreon. We'll have all that type of stuff in the show notes. But thanks for hanging out. And I will be back in just a little bit. I've got a hurricane date today because we have a hurricane coming at us. So I'll be back for another show because we're probably not going to be able to do one for a couple days if the power's out. So, but all right, thanks for hanging out. And I will be back in just a little bit. All right. Make sure you stay logical, loving, skeptical, and compassionate.